guys, and welcome into another Bly Manor reaction. Today we are watching episodes 3 and 4. I got into the show pretty quickly with episodes 1 and 2. I feel like I was invested within probably the first 10 minutes of the first episode, which doesn't happen very often. I can't remember if that happened to me with Hill House. For some reason, I don't think it did. I think it took me a little longer, and by a little longer, I mean like maybe one episode. But I'm really loving Bly Manor so far. It's been creepy, it's been eerie, it's been warm at the same time. There's a really strange atmosphere around this show that makes me excited and intrigued to keep going. I did have some copyright issues with my last video on YouTube, but hopefully it doesn't get taken down again. I'll keep trying my best to get them up on YouTube, but apologies if the YouTube edits are like kind of up and down based on if they want to claim my videos. But you know, the full lengths are always on Patreon, so there's that. We ended with a game of hide and seek, I believe, which why? Just why do we need to play hide and seek? It's unnecessary, but we're seeing some ghosts, quote ghosts, I don't know exactly what they are, around the house. And this smiley man ghost in the window seemed to have lured our main girl, Dani, I believe is her name, out of the house. And then the little boy kind of faked an injury and made her come back in, and then was like staring at the smiley man in the window, and he had this weird expression on his face. And the kids seem to have an established relationship with the ghosts in the house. It's not like other ghost shows where the kids seem to be victims, although they still could be. They could be victims of something that's happening, we just don't know yet. They seem to have some sort of authority over the ghosts and some sort of understanding with the ghosts. Also, the rest of the staff don't seem to realize anything weird about Bly Manor, which I find very odd. Dani just came in and she's noticing all this weird stuff right away. Maybe it's because she was the nanny and the old nanny seems to be a ghost now. So I don't know. I'm gonna stop talking because I could spiral about different theories, but honestly, I just want to watch the episodes because at the end of the day, I only have 2 episodes under my belt. So the theories that I make up, I don't have enough information yet, so I'm excited to get into the next episode, episode 3, which is titled what? What is it titled? The Two Faces. Oh, The Two Faces Part 1, but then the next episode isn't Part 2. That's oh, episode 7 is Part 2 of that. That is interesting. I've never seen part 1s and 2s split up like that. If you would like to watch the full episode with me, my uncut reaction is available below on my Patreon. My Twitch is below, my Instagram's below, my Letterboxd is below. But if you would rather watch the edited version here on YouTube, then let's get into it.
He's awake.
Picking right up. I love when we pick right where we left off. Sometimes I feel I've got to. I get stressed when they use songs like this. It's gonna get blacked on YouTube. It's okay. It's our bestie. Hi, bestie. Good morning.
The nanny. Au pair. Here.
A year ago. Did she die already?
Miss Jessel.
It's
I'm
her.
Peter Quinn. I work with Eddie. You have a stain right there.
Oh.
Do you need a minute?
Just don't point it out. Oh, there you go.
Good now.
Perfect.
Mr. Wingrave, this is Rebecca Jessel.
Okay, this is her meet. Okay. I love that we're starting from the very beginning of her story like this with them.
You have a stain on your blouse.
How did he know?
Finding my way through public law.
The surprises continue.
Why is that a surprise?
I ask questions of myself and of the world around me every day. And that's what I love to nurture in children. I trust that won't be a problem, Mr. Quint.
Okay. Her and Mr. Quint romance.
You're sure this is him?
Oh, absolutely. I also saw him yesterday on the parapet.
I didn't put together that that's what that guy looks like. It was Peter.
Quint drained one of Mr. Wingway's bank accounts last year. Over £200,000.
Oh.
Hard to believe he'd come back to steal the silverware. Well, I did a sweep, and I didn't see anything. Lock your doors, lock your windows, and give us a call if you see him again. Not much else we can do for now, I'm afraid.
One person? You're one guy. How can you sweep the whole house and know that he's not there?
Where are you going with that?
I'm gonna do my own sweep.
Oh my god.
Lovely to see you again.
The pleasure's mine, Miss Jessel.
I'm not gonna judge Peter yet. I know that they're like literally saying that he stole a bunch of money and fled the country, but like, maybe we don't know the full story.
The children are clever. If a bit strange. boy's a bit of a dark horse.
Interesting to see it acknowledged.
I'm Flora. That means flower. Latin.
Of course it does.
Somebody told me that that girl's the voice of Peppa Pig, and I cannot unhear it. Why did you tell me that?
You want to be our very own Mary Poppins?
I'm not practically perfect, but I am perfectly splendid.
Hannah Grace. It's lovely to meet you.
Wait a minute. What if? Okay, cool. Because obviously, you know how this is so odd. You know how our little girl Flora, she's going around saying everything's perfectly splendid all the time. When I heard Rebecca just now go perfectly splendid, my immediate thought was to be like, oh, cute. Like, she really adored Rebecca and has like picked up on that phrase from her and just says it all the time now because of her time with her. But then thinking about like how much darkness and depth is in these kids and how they seem much older than they actually are, what if they possess the personalities of all these ghosts on the property? Like, what if all the ghosts that are in the house, like their human personalities are somehow harnessed inside of these kids, and they are the pieces of all the death that has happened at the manor?
There are flowers, of course, and much more. And they're all perfectly splendid.
But she already started saying it when Rebecca was there with her, so.
Wishing that she might never leave, and it turned out
She never would.
she never would.
Jesus!
Well, we are one and the same, I
Shot
guess.
plenty of rats with it. More than happy to add Peter fucking Quint to the tally.
One of us needs to be sober enough to take him on.
You want the poker or the shotgun?
What if he's the one who's been ringing here and hanging up?
Well, I thought those were prank calls.
Why would he call a dead woman?
He might not know she's dead.
Oh, what? He left before.
She certainly wasn't big news outside the county. He might not know a thing.
I wouldn't fancy being there when Peter Quint finds out Rebecca Jessel is dead.
Why? What? Well, I mean, okay, what's he gonna do?
Come in.
Am I interrupting?
Flowers?
I'm here on an errand for Sir Henry. So these are for you, Flora.
Thank you so much.
Oh, she's kind of disappointed.
Have a flower, please.
Oh, well, thank you, Flora.
Do you know what life is really all about, Miles?
Not flowers.
Keys. See,
Keys.
people are like locked rooms. They've all got different locks, and you've got to guess the shape of their key. Different keys for different doors. So if you want someone to open a door, you have to try out different keys until you find the one that works. And for women, most of them,
Flowers.
it's flowers.
Then why did you give the flowers to Flora?
I didn't.
That's so interesting that maybe he is dead now and his ghost is here. I don't know. I think it's normal for the kids to just have picked up on stuff from the people in their lives too. But it's just weird that they're carrying that energy of the people from the past with them still in the manor and in themselves that much. Maybe it's not. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking.
Have some tea while it blows over.
Okay.
You're in, buddy. Aw, the separate little vase.
The kids are very sweet, even if I'm mopping up their muddy footprints sometimes. Twice now they've snuck out in the middle of the night.
No, I mean, how are you
Whoa, that is interesting because I thought they'd only been sneaking out to what I presume is the lake. Maybe it's not because it was muddy footprints, but do they only sneak out when it's storming? I don't know. We are in like the UK. It's often rainy. I thought that they started sneaking out to go to like the lake or something to do something for Rebecca's ghost. But they've been doing that since Rebecca was alive. So I still need to figure out why that started.
I spent the morning cleaning vomit off the boy's jumper.
I'm sorry, that's not funny.
No, it's not, because that's gross, but why? What? Why?
Like you, as smart as you are.
You deserve more
It's
than
offensive,
this.
even.
It's fine.
I can't imagine a young Rebecca Jessel looking out her window. Too smart.
You have
I don't
to be.
care if Henry can't see it. I can. I said to him, one day I might be working for her.
It's weird because I think he's like complimenting her, but there's something about it that feels off to me. Maybe because I have like the foreshadowing of what we know he does in the future. But why is he trying to convince her that she deserves better? No. Does she help him get the money? And she thought it was going to be for the both of them, but then he ran off with it. And he's already planting those seeds like, you deserve better than this. You're smarter than this. Which, by the way, I would take as a bit of an insult. Because, like, don't act like you know me better than I know me. I'm here because I want to be here. And, you know, she doesn't seem like someone who's, like, at a dead end. She does seem smart. So you should trust that she is where she wants to be. I don't know.
So what do you want, Rebecca?
I want to be a barrister, but first I need a pupillage. A sea of old men trying to run a hand up your skirt every day for 6 months while you try to persuade them that your brain isn't between your legs.
I mean, your references, they were impeccable. Astors, Bryces, Greys of Norfolk, people like that get to know you. Now you have their wife or child vouching for you. You leap right over all those grabbing hands and find someone of worth to mentor you.
I see.
I'm a master in trade legislation, but you knew that when you applied, didn't you?
Of course she did.
I see you, Rebecca. I don't know. But I feel hopeful. And that doesn't happen often, not to me. I should go. I'm sorry.
Are you sure it's still...
No, it's fine. The worst is past.
I can't tell if he's still playing a game. Like if he's still being calculated, trying to like draw her in, or if he genuinely got a little too vulnerable in that moment and felt uncomfortable.
Oh, God, I'm so sorry.
I sensed something between these
Stupid,
two.
well for days.
They could just be besties, but I don't know. I felt like a little bit of a spark between them.
They look like Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah.
One second. You know who he looks like? In that picture, like not... Wait, hold on. In that picture, he kind of looks like Matthew Lewis, who played Neville Longbottom in Harry Potter. Like, it's not him, but it looks just like him for some reason in that Polaroid.
I know why so many people mix up love and possession.
Oh.
And I hope she haunts that fucker forever.
People do, don't they? Mix up love and possession.
Yes.
Yeah, they do.
I mean, they're opposites, really. Love and ownership.
Yeah.
Can I ship these two? They're having a moment.
You're the coolest.
She is the coolest. And then we just are supposed to go to sleep. I just don't understand how you can sleep in the house after a night like this. I'm not joking. Like, this is constantly is something I think about with movies like this, or shows, movies, whatever it is. She's not surprised by seeing that. That's something that's been haunting her for a while. I wonder if it has to do with the glasses guy. What in the world? No, but I for real don't understand how people can just go to bed in the house that's haunting them in all of these shows and movies. Like one time, I swear to God, one time I thought that someone was like outside my house. I was so scared. I considered going and staying at my parents', but I decided not to. But what I did do was check the locks 50,000 times, barricade my hallway, and lock my bedroom door. And I pulled out some booby traps. How can you just go to sleep after something like this happens to you?
You know, I lost my dad too. I was a bit older than you, and he was pretty crap most of the time, but this belonged to my dad. Why don't you hold on to it for me? Would you like that?
That's nice, but it's a lighter.
Sorry, I shouldn't have. I couldn't sleep.
I shouldn't root for them, but like when the passion's there, the passion is there. Whew. Fun transition. God, same bedroom. I never thought about that. Of course it is. She's staying in the exact same bedroom that Rebecca did. No, there's something between them. Look at her. Look at her. Look at her. What? That's another crack.
Oh, no, not a thing. Did a quick sweep, safe as houses.
Quick sweep. Thank you.
You know what? I think Mr. McQueenie next door could look in on Mum today.
Well, thank you for coming to our rescue.
Well, you always come to mine.
All the romance is hitting in this episode. We're learning about Rebecca and Peter. These two, there's more tension. Dani and groundskeeper girl. There might be something there. And the crack is gone. What is that?
Good morning. It's time to wake.
Oh God. What creepy thing is he gonna see? He has that look on his face.
Can we have a picnic, do you think? It's a marvellous day for it.
Marvelous.
Once we find Flora, let's make a day of it.
What do you mean find Flora? Isn't she in her room?
Just a casual missing child.
Flora?
Please don't be in the lake. Please do not be. Oh.
You're beautiful. Peter was even saying so himself this morning. He stayed the night, you know.
She knows. Oh.
Flora?
No!
Flora?
No! No!
This looks like PTSD. Oh, hi. Yeah.
I can't believe he didn't show up. I told him I called a goddamn doctor.
No, nothing short of that would get Henry Wingrave back to Bly. Said the same thing when I told him about Quinn. Keep me posted.
I still don't understand. She was by the lake, but she hates the lake.
Maud,
Yeah.
darling, why don't you go and help Owen with breakfast,
It's like if I didn't think that it was ghosty ghost stuff, which maybe it's not, you know, technically, maybe you could argue that it's not. And this is another like commentary metaphor type of thing that the show's doing. But I would just think, you know, PTSD, hallucinations, when you go through something traumatic like that, there's no normal for a while for you.
Flora lies.
But she wouldn't lie about this. Why would she fake lake PTSD?
Like, just hold that thought, okay? I have to go.
They can wait. Please.
No, this is her job. Okay,
Come back to bed, please.
no.
Patience.
He's already trying to control. You're not, you if my theory is right that he convinced her to steal money, help him steal money, that was definitely him like testing the waters to see how much control he has over her. Little manipulation tactic. Why are we bringing her into this wing?
From the top.
The children.
Then it's set. I've seen to it.
Ew, no, let's not be down here.
You trust me?
No.
You're
Okay, this is cute, but why do we have to do it in here?
Okay. Open your eyes.
Oh, did he buy that coat for her?
There's a few things going to auction, but Henry said this was yours. If you want it.
Did he actually?
He did.
I don't think he did.
This belonged to
She never wore it. He was adamant about that. She never wore it, so.
Their mom? Was it their mom's? The dead mother's coat?
Try it on.
I don't wanna.
You have to feel it on your skin. At least once in your life, there's nothing like it.
He looks scary in that mirror. He looks scary right now. Why does he look like that?
Let me show you just how beautiful you are.
Build you up just so I can use you. Oh, this is where that picture comes from?
Not till the end.
The Polaroid. Yeah, this one.
Excuse me.
Oh my god.
I'm so sorry.
In the dead mother's coat, in the dead mother's bed.
Perhaps.
Give him a talking to, Hannah.
This wing is off limits.
It is.
You see, if I ever find you in here again, in Charlotte's things, ever again, so help me God, I will drag you out of this house by your bloody hair and throw you into that dirty lake. Do you understand me?
Mm-hmm.
This is going to be an absurd cake. Need some strawberry or lemon. A lot of long faces tonight.
We might need a bigger cake.
What is wrong with him? Also, why are you smoking next to the baking? That is stressing me out.
Strawberry.
Poor Miles.
All right, love.
She tried it.
It's divine. Perfect just the way it is.
She's capable of eating cake batter, but just nothing else.
Delicious. I say lemon.
Come on, Pete. You're the tiebreaker.
Oh, don't ruin the moment.
Oh no, the pressure. I'm going to say
Strawberry.
strawberry.
What's going on?
He's leaving. For
Going
what?
back to London.
Like, why though? What are you mad about?
You'll be fine, won't you? If you're gonna flirt with him right in front of me.
That's not what happened.
Hungry while I'm gone. Why don't you see if Owen can find something to stuff into your mouth, since you're okay with that, apparently.
Have you gone mad?
You opened the wide form not 2 hours ago. Mad!
To try the cake batter?
He asked me to taste his batter.
Fuck! You're naive when you want to be. That's good to know.
What a psycho.
You misunderstand.
You'll be fine.
How does their relationship continue after this? And that was oh, this comes back to the possession versus love talk. She's so right. Is someone speaking?
Peter.
Oh, it's okay. Oh my god, and then they hung up.
It's story time.
Oh, good story time.
Hang on. My mum was an apple cat. And what did you do? It was perfectly splendid. Yay!
That was cute. I thought it was gonna be
And what is your
scary.
name?
Oh god,
Puppet.
it's still going.
Left the puppets at home. They forgot they had strings. They forgot they were even puppets at all.
Ghosts?
They laughed when he said he'd made them. They laughed at him. These stupid puppets who had forgotten. So he pulled on their strings, and it hurt.
Thank Christ, Peter Quint to the rescue.
No, yeah, he is. Just one moment.
Is it their uncle?
It's your neighbour.
Oh.
I am so sorry, Owen.
His mom?
I'm going to light a candle.
Mm-hmm. 5 candles now?
I'm so glad you stayed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we're both feeling it. We're both feeling it. Jump scare? Hello. Okay, we've not seen him this up close before. Ah! That was rude. That was scary. Okay. Okay. That ending, it's just still teasing me about who that man is to her, what he's haunting her about, what her past is filled with, what kind of stories she has to tell still. But can we talk about the story that Miles told? Okay, so in my mind, the puppets that he was talking about are the ghosts in the house, because they're literally they have little puppets, I think, that represent all the ghosts, like the little dolls that Flora has in the dollhouse. The kids maybe possess some type of magic to resurrect the dead by making those puppets or those dolls, and then the ghost of the doll happens in the house. So like that would explain why I'm really hung up on that time that they were playing hide and seek, and was it during that, and Flora like shushed one of the ghosts like in the attic or something that was singing. She was like shh, and I was like, girl, what kind of power do you have over these ghosts? Are the kids their makers? Those dolls that they made literally brought the ghosts to life in the house. What would happen if they like chopped one of the dolls' heads off? But also, he told the story of, a puppeteer making all these puppets. Let's say it is the kids making all those dolls / ghosts. And then the puppets suddenly had like Pinocchio syndrome and were like, no, I'm real. I'm not a puppet. You didn't make me. I have no maker. And so now all these ghosts that they created in the house are starting to get out of control. At least some of them. Specifically, it seems Rebecca, because I think they made Rebecca. She seems to have a certain kind of power over them that, for example, that singing ghost in the attic doesn't. So I wonder that would mean if they are the makers of all these ghosts, that would mean I'm guessing that their parents are around here somewhere. And also when he was at boarding school, he asked, like, why do only the bad ones come back? Which is interesting because that kind of defeats my theory. Because if he's asking why the bad ones come back, that means that these ghosts appeared without them making them, unless Flora was doing it and he didn't realize. But also if they were doing that, I would assume that they would try to bring their parents back as ghosts, and I'm guessing that their parents couldn't come back, maybe because their parents were good, and so when they tried to make their parents come back through the little voodoo dolls, they just didn't, because they had passed on and they were in heaven. Only the bad people come back when they try to resurrect them, which I don't know why they would try to bring back bad people unless they didn't know that they were bad when they tried to bring them back. I don't know. I just think the kids, I don't know. The theory has its holes, but I don't think it's a crazy thing to think that maybe the kids are the ones who made the dolls with the purpose of bringing these ghosts into their house and having them as their little puppets as Miles' story goes. But it seems that they're starting to get out of their control as Miles' story goes. We've got romance in this episode. The story is being told of Rebecca and Peter. Peter's disgusting. He's immediately just constantly trying to test boundaries and test his control over her. And as, why can I never remember the landscaper gardener girl's name? As she pointed out, he very much viewed her as a possession of his rather than viewing her as an equal that he could love and be loved by. And as I said, I think, he's just trying to get at her and get under her skin to get at money. At first, at the beginning of the episode, I was like, well, maybe we don't know the full story with Peter. Maybe there's more to it and he is actually a good guy. Nope, scrap that. After seeing this episode through, that thought is out of my head. I'm excited to see more of their relationship. And then we have Hannah and Owen, the cook. I caught on to maybe some sparks between them in earlier episodes, but that has become more obvious in this episode. And I'm so sad that, his mom passed. And I wonder if his mom passing is going to serve a greater purpose to the story. Like if maybe the kids are going to make a doll of his mom and her ghost is going to appear at the manor. Or if the purpose of his mom being important in his life and passing and everything, if that's going to have something to tie back into the candles. Because I don't know, the candles seem important that Hannah lights, and she's going to light one for his mom now. Maybe we just wanted to get him away from the manor for some reason, and that's the purpose. That I don't know, there's lots of different reasons that could be important to our plot. It was nice to see him and Hannah closer and more intimate with each other in this episode and just validate what I thought I might have seen hints of in earlier episodes. And then the gardener and Dani, something that totally makes sense to me. I didn't realize it until they had that kind of deep conversation about love and possession. But when you connect that deep with someone, you can't expect me not to ship them. And that was such a special conversation between the two. And the air is the tension's there between them now, and I think they both know it. So I hope that they feel comfortable enough with each other to pursue it, and I still really hope the gardener doesn't turn on us or die. If I can ask for anything from this show, it is that those two make it to the end and end up together with a little happily ever after. That would be nice. And I know that after watching Hill House, we got somewhat of it was bittersweet, but we got some happily ever afters. So I don't feel ridiculous asking for one. I think we deserve it. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna leave it there. And actually, what time is it? I don't have time right now to watch the next episode, which I am devastated by, but it's okay. So next clip that you see of me, I'm probably going to be in a different outfit because I'm gonna have to film that one at a different time. Maybe I'll put on the same outfit, keep the continuity up. But I will see you guys soon for the next one. Hey guys, we are back. It's a new day. We are on to episode 4 of Bly Manor, which is called The Way It Came.
You can tell it's me?
Of course I can. I see you every day.
This is so weird. I was not expecting flashbacks to when their parents were alive.
Then you'd have to live with my mom.
Who are these kids? That's Flora. Who's that? Who's that? Ah! I really thought that we were going way back. When I thought it was a weird decision, in my head I was like, oh, it's weird that they would choose to cast different kids to portray a younger version of the already young kids that play Miles and Flora. And then when I heard parents, I was like, oh, we're gonna see flashbacks of them with their parents. So maybe they wanted to have new actors to have a more distinguishable visual to show that flashback. It's not them. Okay, it's not them. That was little Dani and her friend, who I missed his name if she said it. But not only is it her friend, I should have put that together. The glasses. Oh my god, is this a thing? Is this Illuminati? Maybe I shouldn't do that. This is the glasses man. Based on the vibes that we just cut to, it seems like childhood friends to lovers. And it also seems like because she's haunted by him, he passed away. I'm ready now. I'm in it. Here we go.
Wow.
Marriage?
You like it? Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
It was a dare. She dared
Edmund.
me to kiss her, and so I did. Kyle tells me that kissing is how you get a girl pregnant, so I panicked. I was 10 years old. My mom's gonna kill me. We were walking to school. I get down on one knee, and I asked her to marry me. and she turned me down. And so I said, when is old enough? Danielle, thank you for daring me to do it. Can't wait. That's all I wrote.
That was cute. Speeches like that usually like cringe me out, but he delivered it in a way that felt like awkward but charismatic and cute, you know. He seems like a nice guy.
I've got a surprise for you.
Okay, so they're like out of college, it seems.
Okay, so
She works at school.
about you, Danielle.
Do you know what I also noticed is that I noticed that her name was Danielle on the like, placing card, like Danielle and Edmund. But also, is this her mom, I assume? I haven't heard what other people call her, but her mom calls her Danielle. I wonder if she was known as Danielle in the States. And then when she moved to the UK, she took on Dani as the name that she wanted to be called because she's kind of running from her old life.
I remember the first time I met you. You were just the sweetest little thing. I'm Danielle, and I'm going to be Edmund's new best friend.
That's cute.
I always hoped I'd have a daughter I could give this to. I'm so proud of my sons, but I don't think this would suit any of them. It's beautiful. I don't know what to say. Oh, just say, good morning, Mrs. Omar.
What?
Scrub up when I need
Oh
to.
God, we're going to Owen's mom's funeral.
Owen said we should get there early. You don't have to go if you don't want to. Really? He said as much.
I had a funeral in my own life not so long ago.
Ooh,
and I feel like this is,
Makes sense.
Hey, I don't need you to be a date to Owen's mum's funeral.
Could someone tell me what accent she has? Only thing I can relate it to is, does she have the same accent as Ygritte from Game of Thrones? I love that accent, and I don't know whereabouts in the UK it comes from. Okay, I was hoping for a cute tension moment, not your ex-boyfriend's ghost.
I'm sorry.
Well, I'll be back in a few hours. If I find out
She gonna
you've
take
not
that
been
the wrong
relaxing,
way?
there will be serious consequences.
Okay.
Hannah in here with her candles. Flora by the lake. Oh, in the graveyard.
Hello, Miss Clayton.
Even better.
Grave rubbings.
Wow. It's nice.
I wanted to finish them all before the end of the season. Will Laura's mum be there?
Where?
At the funeral.
Like her ghost.
My mum and dad weren't at theirs. They were far away when they died.
In a way, they'll always be here.
They're not here. I'm sorry, Miss Clayton. They're really not.
She
Looked and
knows.
looked. But
I've looked.
we can pretend. If that makes you feel better.
If that makes you feel better.
I guess you didn't make it to the funeral either.
Oh, no. Not my cup of tea, church in the village. I pay my respect to my own ways. He understands that funerals are for the living. It's up to the living to decide what they can and cannot bear.
Yeah.
The au pair found that she lit her candle not in remembrance of those that she lost, but to atone for the moments she didn't remember them. Those most recent moments where she'd even been happy to have forgotten them.
Oh, yikes. Viola Lloyd. Not a lingering look. As much as I do like these moments of tension between them, I just don't think that Dani is ready to move on with someone else yet. But there might come a stage in that part of you that doesn't feel ready, that needs to just go for it in order to feel ready. Oh my God. And this is what I mean. Ew. You looked more real than we've seen him yet. He looks so real. Oh, I don't know. Oh my God.
Oh my God.
Jesus.
Hi.
What happened? I'm so sorry, Owen.
It's actually quite impressive. No damage done.
Owen, you prat. What are you doing leaping out on innocent Americans?
I just needed to leave, so I got in the car and I didn't know I was coming here until I arrived. And I should go, shouldn't I? I should
No,
go back.
you're staying for dinner. Yeah.
Always done.
Mrs. Gross, how did you know Owen was coming? She's been making your favourite.
It's a nice cup for you for a change.
There's something very spiritual about Hannah Gross. I'm not sure if I need to take those moments literally and she has some sort of magic inside of her, or if she just is that way. When I originally saw that she was making Owen's favorite food, I was like, oh, okay, that's like kind of something that you do like she was saying before, for yourself to like commemorate the living or the dead. And she wanted to like make his favorite supper because she's thinking about him on this hard day for him. Thought it might have been just a situation like that, but I wonder if there is a part of her that knew that he would come, like if she has something deeper in her that did really know that he would be there that night. Perfect. Another flashback. The dress.
You got great shoulders. You know that?
I hate my shoulders. That's a really nice compliment.
Karen, please. Did you let Mike see you and yours?
Why was he... Stop flirting with her. She's engaged.
I bet Mrs. Gross can't wait to get me out of her hair.
That's right. I'm far too old to be putting up with you loitering around my kitchen all day.
No, she likes you. Mrs. Gross, tell him.
Oh,
Just stick your dinner.
Flora.
You're not dying, you know.
Flora the... excuse me. I was about to say Flora the little matchmaker, and then she drops something like that. You're not dying, you know? I'm not sure if that's comforting or startling. I would think she would say that because she gets the sense that he's been worrying about that. Why would he be worrying about that? And how does she know he's worrying about that?
When Mum and Dad died, I thought I was going to die too. It only felt like dying, because actually, I was still alive. You have to be to feel that way.
Miss Clayton, I think I ought to be allowed a glass of wine. You're all having some. Anyway.
You're not 40.
I want an actual bloody drink.
No.
Okay. Why? Okay. Oh, this episode's very concerning. I like start to catch my breath and then something new creepy happens. Oh my god. They're all in the kitchen. Ew. Is that Peter?
You've got Peter.
Have Miles or you seen Peter Quint?
We don't let him in the house. It's not how it works.
That's right, we've not seen him in the house. He's been at the window and on the parapet. They make sure that he's out of the house. Does this mean he's dead? They must know that he's dead. The rest of the staff doesn't know that he's dead. Unless you don't have to be dead? Can there be echoes of people and it's not really even ghosts?
I didn't have parents growing up either. A lot of the times, I had to be my own parent. We really get to choose the grown-ups that we keep in our life. When you talk a little bit more grown up, or you want to act like the grown-ups, I understand. I've lost people a few ways in my life. Miles, you've got some great grown-ups, some great people here to choose for your family.
That was a really...
Good night.
That was so nice. Oh, she said all the right things, I think, and it came from the perfect person, you know, someone who can truly relate rather than just try to understand. It felt like when he had his outburst downstairs with the drink, it definitely, to me, it doesn't feel like him trying to act older than he is because he's had to grow up faster than other kids his age because of the things he's been through. Like, I get that view, but given the show that I'm watching and given the history of his character, I just feel like there's something more to it than that. And also, like, the way he burst out about needing a drink, it felt like he had had a drink before and he understood that having one, it would help take off the edge type of thing. That desperation with that kind of understanding about how alcohol works definitely felt prevalent in his outburst. The only other way I could see it is maybe if his father was an alcoholic, where he would have outbursts about needing to drink in order to take off the edge for himself. And he's kind of replicating what he saw his father do when his father was during hard times. Yeah, very interesting. Her talk with him, though, was really perfect. And she said she's lost people in more ways than one, which I forget what else was said in this episode that made me think it, but it sounds like her and Edmund were together a very long time, ended up getting married, but it also sounds like they separated before his death happened. And I'm assuming the death because of his ghost that she sees, but also that could still be just a metaphor and showing us that she's having trouble still moving on. Like, what if he is alive back in America and she left him and she ran away to the UK and now she's haunted by him because she knows that she left all of that behind and left him behind. I don't know. I could see it go both ways, whether Edmund is alive or not. But whatever happened, she definitely lost him originally because of a breakdown of their relationship. Why do I feel like we're about to admit some feelings?
We're all outside, and you're joining us.
Oh.
Anna. Where'd you go?
I forgot that Hannah always zones out like that, but also, am I crazy? I'm just realizing something. Nah, they're not gonna pull the gardener as a ghost on me, right? But I'm like, it's so weird that I still don't know her name. And I thought that, like, I just missed it at first, but now so much time has passed where I'm like, can someone please say her name so that I can catch on to what it is? But, like, either I'm just not paying attention in those moments or they haven't said it. She was the only one who went to the funeral. A lot of the scenes are only her and Dani. I need to pay more attention to, like, who's interacting with her.
I've been drifting lately quite a bit, I'm afraid.
Also, I find it odd that I remember when we got introduced to the gardener, and it was like she didn't even introduce herself to me. She just acted like we already knew each other. I thought that was odd. No, I've seen her interact with the staff. I'm overthinking it. I've seen her interact with the staff. I would love for them to give us this whole relationship in this one episode up to the breakdown.
Hey, you always hear that planning a wedding, it's one of the most stressful things a person can do. But you're doing great.
Weddings are so scary.
Eddie, I was thinking we could just tone it all down.
Yeah, I thought you wanted a big wedding.
So many people to let down.
Yeah, no, easy. It's done. For a second, I thought you were going to say you didn't want to get married at all.
He wants you to reassure him.
Eddie.
That is what she's saying.
I can't. I should have said something sooner.
Yeah, you think?
I didn't want to hurt you. Eddie.
No, let me go.
Eddie.
Let me go.
I'm sorry.
Jesus, have you not? You've done enough!
Eddie. Eddie.
Oh my god, the lights on his glasses of the truck's headlights. Oh my god.
No one got any old bones to throw?
Oh god.
All right, I'll start.
Rebecca. Rebecca Jessel. She's still worth 10 of that man. I won't say his name. She was brilliant. Rebecca.
Rebecca.
Lord and Lady Wingrave. They were good people. Kind people. And their kids really miss them. But here's Dani Clayton. She's a bit of a weirdo. And if anyone can bring Miles and Flora back to themselves, she can. I'm glad she's here.
That's sweet. You know, we all know what this is leading up to now, is Owen's gonna say his mom, and then they're gonna go, okay, Dani, what about you? And the question is she gonna talk about Edmund? Or is she gonna keep it bottled up still?
What about you, Poppins?
No, thank you.
Yeah.
It's all right.
Yeah.
Margaret Sharma. She was 67. Except sometimes,
young.
by the end, she forgot that. Called me by my dad's name or her brother's. They didn't say any of that at the funeral. So they left out all the bad stuff and all the good stuff. They didn't say how funny she was. She had a sweet tooth and a dirty laugh. And she loved me so hard. She was gone long before she died. She was my anchor. And then I suppose she was my burden. Soon I'll let her go too.
Soon. Lump in my throat. God, another flashback. Based on the state of him, I wouldn't imagine even thinking he would be able to make it. That's such an odd feeling. To like end the relationship, break off the engagement, and then he dies immediately. I bet she didn't tell anyone the conversation that they had moments before, or the feelings she'd been having for however long before. Already. Oh my god.
Forgive me. Excuse me!
Oh my god.
Sorry.
Yeah, what do you say?
I'm sorry. It's not the first time I've seen things that
She's starting
aren't
to feel
there.
crazy.
We had broken up. I'd broken up, I guess, right before.
Jesus, Dani, the same day?
Same moment.
I'll sort him out for you if I have to. Oi! Dead boyfriend! Give it up, mate! It's over!
Think I'm crazy?
I know.
I think you're surprisingly sane and considerate. I know what it feels like. Feel like you can't find your...
I love this, but also I kind of wanted to hear what she had to say.
Yes.
Oh, wait. The way she looked around, oh no. I don't like that she had to look around before she was sure. Because then it feels like she's just like throwing herself into this in order to avoid that.
Okay.
Doesn't fix it, doesn't make it go away.
Jamie?
You were just telling me.
Jamie, she does have a
Literally
name.
telling me that you weren't up for this. Another time, maybe.
Don't leave us alone. Oh, I'm scared.
I thought you might like to have these.
Oh, I forgot that she literally has, and she does keep them.
I can't stand to look at them.
So you think she would?
I couldn't bear to throw them away. Come here, come on. Oh.
She's about to leave. Oh my god, are we about to see a doll move?
Miss Clayton?
She's gone.
Miles? Miss Clayton?
I feel safe with them. Okay.
What the heck?
I'm quite frightened. It was a horrible dream.
Well, you should be in bed.
Just a few minutes more. Could I have a glass of milk?
Of course.
Did she go out to the lake? God, don't be outside. Don't be outside, it's night. Oh, that's probably best. He's still there. She's done running. Wow. She is really fed up. Or drunk. Okay, that was interesting at the end there. Yeah, it's the Lady of the Lake, who I still think is Rebecca. She must have some sort of routine where she comes in at night and goes back out sometimes to the lake. I don't know why. And then, like, that spot under the dresser must represent the lake in the grand scheme of Flora's room. But yeah, very interesting seeing what exactly... Wow, okay. Sorry, okay, my mind. Really interesting seeing Danielle's past, and also a little scary because I thought that her past was going to be unlocked in like the second to last episodes, and the fact that we saw it in this 4th episode makes me so scared for what's to come. Like, I don't think I'm ready for the rest of the series when so much seems to be given to me already. Don't get me wrong. I feel like there's so much mystery still. I have a little bit more understanding of the dolls situation. The dolls seem to move by themselves. They represent, like we said, the ghosts. Flora keeps an eye on them. Her and Miles have this understanding. I think they feel like protectors of the house. I'm still caught on why they locked... Maybe... I was going to say I'm still caught on why they locked Dani in the closet, but I wonder if it was because of a night like that. I can't remember if there were muddy footprints the next morning. But I wonder if they were doing it to protect her because there were ghosts in the house and they needed to make sure that they were gone and she was safe to come out. That's where I'm leaning in regards to that situation. We had a bit more romance in the Jamie figured out her name finally. My God, they just never said it, I swear. Jamie and Dani department, but unfortunately, when you gasp in horror while you're kissing someone, it doesn't come off too well. Although I feel like Jamie would have understood if Dani just explained, I saw him, because she just, told her. She just confessed that she does see him often, but it still just kind of ruins the moment. But I think that they will end the series as great friends, if not become more than that. Miles has kind of been on the back burner the last couple episodes. I feel like we got a lot of him in the first 2 episodes, and now we've been getting a lot more Flora in these second 2, which I like. I like both of the kids, and I'm captivated by both of their performances. It really got to me when Owen was talking about his mom. I've never had to directly handle a close loved one with dementia, but the way that he put it, and just, the way he worded his grief in general was really moving. The way that a lot of moving conversations in this episode. His little monologue about his mom, Flora's monologue to him about losing somebody, Dani's monologue to Miles about having to grow up too fast as a kid. It was a very touching episode with a fair amount of creepy crawlies interspersed, which is why I love these Mike Flanagan shows. Oh, and I wonder if, at the end of the episode before this, episode 3, it ended with like us seeing Edmund's ghost and then being like flung backward toward the house. That was the final shot. And I wonder now, I was like, oh my God, what was that? But I wonder now if it was because, obviously when he was hit by the truck, he flung backwards and she saw that. So I think that's what was happening in that shot. And now she's just sitting and having a drink with him at the fire. Burning his glasses is a big step. Yeah, it feels like the end of this episode, I think especially that moment with Jamie and that moment feeling ruined because she's still haunted by her past. I think that really switched something inside of her and led to like burning the glasses and being comfortable staring right back at Edmund's ghost. Seems like she's trying to make those steps now. And then I'm still thrown off about Peter and her seeing him and his just presence in the show in general. I'm still not sure if he's alive or dead. I'm going to lean toward dead. I think dead, but also maybe alive. But either way, even if he is alive, I just don't think that what we've been seeing or what Dani specifically, because it's only been her, has been seen. No, it's not, because Flora insinuated that they knew about Peter's presence and that they don't allow him in the house, which is interesting because it seems like with the woman of the lake, they can't control where she goes. So it's interesting that they can keep Peter out if he is another one of those little ghost dolls. He does have a doll of himself, just like the other ghosts. So maybe he is dead. Also, it goes back into Miles having the puppet story that he told and saying, it seems like he was talking about how they used to be able to control all the ghosts in the house like puppets through these dolls, and then they've been having trouble controlling all of them, but maybe Peter is just one that they're still able to control. Maybe that has to do with how recent the death happened, or it just depends on the person. Lots happened in these couple episodes, and I'm excited to get into the next two. Thank you so much for watching, and hopefully I will see you guys next time.